Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a really fun nail art video, and I know following a Bob Ross tutorial was a huge trend on YouTube last year, but ever since quarantine started, I've been seeing this trend start to pop up again, and so I thought it would be fun to recreate a Bob Ross painting on my nails using nail polish. Now, I'm not the first person to recreate a Bob Ross painting on my nails using nail polish. Erin from Nails by Erin recreated a different Bob Ross painting on her nails, and it turned out so good, so I will leave a link to her video down below. I'm going to be recreating this painting called Blue River, and I'm also going to be including some clips of Bob Ross in the corner of the video, so you can kind of see where I was getting my inspiration from. I'll start by sharing the products that I used for this nail art design, and of course I'm using my absolute favorite nail art brushes from NAILSTUFF.CA. They're custom engraved and they're super good for detail work. I'm also going to be using Edge Perfection Easy Peel Polish Barrier and a makeup sponge for the gradient. And for the polishes, I'm going to use Butter London's Cotton Buds as my blank canvas, then Salon Perfect's Good Vibes Only, ESSIE's Lapiz of Luxury, All Hearts Compassion, GMERC's Swank'd, Butter London's Earl Grey, Butter London's Yellow Submarine, Nails Inc.'s Fearless Female, Chick Pick Polish's Virgin, I&M Nails Out the Door Fast Drying Top Coat. And to prep my canvas, I'm going to start off with UNT's Ready for Takeoff Base Coat and apply that to all of my nails. Bob Ross started off with a black canvas, but since I'm using nail polish and not oil paints, I'm going to start off with a white base because the colors in my gradient are going to show up better. And just to make cleanup a lot easier, I'm going to apply the Edge Perfection Easy Peel Polish Barrier around my nails. Bob Ross always blends out his background so beautifully, so I'm going to try to recreate that with a gradient. I'm going to start by painting a semicircle in the middle of the sponge with the light pink polish, then creating an upside down U shape with the light lavender polish and then the purple polish, and then I'm going to use the navy blue on the bottom half of the gradient for the water. I'll sponge that onto my nail, and then I'm going to reapply the polishes to the makeup sponge in the same pattern and dab it again onto my nails to blend out the gradient and make it more opaque. And once the gradient is blended enough and it's opaque, I'm going to remove the Edge Perfection with a pair of tweezers. And I'd recommend removing the Edge Perfection as soon as you're done sponging on the gradient before it has a chance to fully dry, just because it's a lot easier to remove. And then I'm going to clean up any excess polish with the brush dipped in some acetone. Bob Ross is starting off with the landscape in the center of the painting, so I'm going to start painting the middle two nails. I'm going to rip off a corner of a small makeup sponge and then dip that into the charcoal gray polish and kind of sponge that on where the pink polish meets the navy blue polish. For the trees, I'm going to take my detail brush dipped in that same dark charcoal polish, and I'm going to create one vertical line and then a few short horizontal lines to create the silhouette of a tree. On this nail, I painted one larger tree and one smaller tree, and I did the same thing on the next nail, even though you'll see me add another tree later on because I thought it was a little bit empty. Then I dipped my detail brush into the yellow polish and used a stippling motion to add some highlights to the landscape and the trees. Then I'll use the same technique with the khaki green polish to soften and blend the highlights a little bit. And here I'm just adding one more tree to the right side of the nail because I thought it was a little bit empty. Then I'm going to add some horizontal water lines with that same detail brush and a white polish. Moving on to my other two nails, I'm going to sponge on that charcoal gray polish on the edge of my nail to recreate the trees that are in the foreground of the painting. On my pinky nail, I'm going to sponge it on the right side, and then on my index fingernail, I'm going to sponge it on the left side. For the tree trunks, I'm going to dip my detail brush in a white polish and then create some jagged lines somewhat vertically down my nail on top of where I sponge that charcoal polish. And then to add some highlights to these trees, I'm going to use the same technique that I used earlier on my middle nails, and I'm going to dip my detail brush in the yellow polish and use a stippling motion, and then repeat that process with the khaki green polish. On my pinky nail, I'm going to add a waterline with a detail brush and a white polish for the landscape in the background, and then I'm going to add a few red bushes with my detail brush and a red polish. Next, I'm going to clean up around my nails using a brush dipped in some acetone. And finally, I'm going to finish off this design with one coat of a fast drying glossy top coat, and this just really brings the entire design together. Here is the finished design, and this was so much fun to do. I really like watching Bob Ross videos. I think they're so calming, and I definitely want to recreate another painting in the future. Anyways, that's all for today's nail art video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it, and if you're new to my channel, I do swatches, reviews, and nail art videos just like this one, so be sure to subscribe and like this video if you enjoyed watching it. And as I mentioned before, I'm going to leave a link to the video where Bob Ross painted the original Blue River painting, as well as the video where Erin recreated a different Bob Ross painting on her nails, so be sure to check those out. But anyways, that's all for today, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!